Hi students, welcome you all. I am Dr. Shakila Bano. In our life, we never escape our relations. It's a very interesting psychology, and also everyone loves the relation. Yes, I am here talking about the relation. So what is the relation? If we want to describe a relationship between the elements of two sets A and B, we can use ordered pairs with their first element taken from A and their second element taken from B. Since this is a relation between two sets, it is called a binary relation. So that is, let A and B be two sets. A binary relation from A to B is a subset of A cross B. In other words, for a binary relation R, we have R contained A cross B. We use the notation A relative to B to denote that the ordered pair A comma B belongs to R, and A not relative to B to denote that is the ordered pair A comma B not belongs to R. Next, we see the properties of relations. We will now look at some useful ways to classify the relation. The first one is reflexive. What is reflexive? A relation R on a set A is called a reflexive if the ordered pair A comma A belongs to R for every element A belongs to A. So this is the example. Just first you check the following relation on set of 1, 2, 3, 4 is reflexive. That is, the R equal to 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 and 4, 4. If it is reflexive, no. The second one is, that is the relation R equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 and 4, 4. Yes, it is reflexive. The third one, it is also not reflexive. So what is that? The next definition is irreflexive. A relation on a set A is called irreflexive if the ordered pair A comma A not belongs to R for every element A belongs to A. The next, the property of relation is, that is, asymmetric. A relation R on a set A is called symmetric if the ordered pair B comma A belongs to R whenever A comma B belongs to R for all A comma B belongs to A. The next one is antisymmetric. A relation R on a set A is called antisymmetric if A equal to B whenever A comma B belongs to R and B comma A belongs to R. A relation R on a set A is called asymmetric if A comma B belongs to R implies that the ordered pair B comma A not belongs to R for all A comma B belongs to A. So what is our next aim? So just we have to confirm our example. The following relations on the set 1, 2, 3, 4 is symmetric, antisymmetric or asymmetric. So our relation R equal to 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 4, 4. So this is symmetric. The next one is R equal to 1, 1. This is symmetric and antisymmetric. The next relation is 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. So in the following way, this is antisymmetric and asymmetric. The last one is R equal to 4, 4, 3, 3 and 1, 4. This is antisymmetric. So next property is transitive. So what is transitive? A relation R on a set A is called transitive if whenever A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C belongs to R for A, B, C belongs to A. So this is our example to check the relation 1, 2, 3, 4 is transitive. So to take the order pass, so this is transitive. The next one R equal to 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. This is not a transitive. The next relation is not a transitive. Next, we have to combining the relations. So the relations are sets and therefore we can apply the usual set operations to them. So we know the set operations, that we have the two relations R1 and R2 and both of them are form a set A to a set B. Then we can combine them to R1 union R2, R1 intersection R2 or R1 complement R2. In each case, the result will be another relation from A to B. The next And there is another important way to combine the relations, that is composite. Let R be a relation from a set A to a set B and S a relation from B to a set C. The composite of R and S is this relation consisting of ordered paths A, C, where A belongs to A, C belongs to C, and for which there exists an element B belongs to B, such that A, B belongs to R and B, C belongs to S. So we denote the composite of R and S by S composite of R. In other words, if relation R contains a pair A, B and relation S contains a pair B, C, then S composite R contains a pair A, C. The next definition is binary relations. In order to study an interesting application of relations, namely databases, we first need to generalize the concept of binary relations to n-binary relations. That is the definition: let A1, A2, etc. An be a sets and a non-binary relation on these sets is a subset of A1 cross A2 cross etc. cross An. The sets A1, A2, etc. An are called the domains of the relation and n is called its degree. Next, we have to represent the relations. That is, we represent the relations in terms of the matrices and also in terms of graphs. We already know different ways of representing the relations. We will now take a closer look at two ways of representation, that is 0-1 matrices and directed graphs. The first one is 0-1 matrices. So what is the definition? If R is a relation from A equal to A1, A2, etc. Am and B equal to the set of B1, B2, etc. Bn, then R can be represented by the 0-1 matrix Mr equal to the matrix Mij with Mij equal to 1 if the ordered path Ai, Bj belongs to R and Mij equal to 0 if the ordered pair Ai, Bj not belongs to R. So note that for creating this matrix, we first need to list the elements in A and B in a particular but arbitrary order. Next, how to form the 0-1 matrix? Just you can see the following example. How can we represent the relation R equal to 2-1, 3-1, 3-2 as a 0-1 matrix? Just you concentrate on your definition of 0-1 matrix. Just you form the 0-1 matrix, that is the matrix Mr is given by Mr equal to 0, 0, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Next, the interesting fact is to represent the relation using digraphs. A directed graph or digraph consists of a set V of vertices or nodes together with a set E of ordered paths of elements of V called edges or arcs. The vertex A is called the initial vertex of the edge, the order pair A, B, and the vertex B is called the terminal vertex of this edge. So we can use the arrays to display the graphs. So just you form the diagram from the following example. So display the diagram with vertex V equal to ABCD and edges A, B, A, D, B, 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 D, C, A, C, B and D, B. So already it is given the vertex are A, B, C, D. So we can form the, that is A, B, C, D are vertices. So these are all vertices A, B, C and D. So first we form the edge, that is A to B. This is our first edge. The next A to D. Next B to B. So it forms a loop. The next one is B to D. The next our edge is C to A. So then our next edge is C to B and our final edge is D to B. So I think you understood the concept how to represent the relations by using the graphs. So in edge of the form B, B is called a loop, that is to start the same node and also to end the same. The next definition is equivalence relations. Equivalence relations are used to relate objects that are similar in some way. So what is that? A relation on a set A is called an equivalence relation if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Two elements that are related by an equivalence relations are called equivalent. Since R is symmetric, A is equivalent to B whenever B is equivalent to A. Since R is reflexive, every element is equivalent to itself. Since R is transitive, if A and B are equivalent and B and C are equivalent, then A and C are equivalent. So these are all equivalence relations. Obviously, these three properties are necessary for a reasonable definition of equivalence. So we understood the concept of relations. Yes, girls, are you understood? Thank you very much.